In my opinion, there's no better adventure to be had than setting out on ill-advised road trips with your mates. You prepare your vehicle, you pick your route, you pack your snacks, and you set off, knowing that there's only ever a broken diff or a seized brake between success and disaster. In this episode, we set off to collect the Esarco, drag it back to its new home, and set about reawakening that ancient sleeping diesel engine. This is a 15-year-old Iveco Daily, affectionately named the Pikey Dream Wagon. This isn't your usual parcel delivery van, however. It's equipped with a fifth-wheel tow hitch and pulls behind it a twin-axle beaver-tail car transporter, which today is going to be used to bring our Project Esarco back home. The 200-mile trip down was almost disappointingly uneventful. But then, a seized trailer brake saved the day and caused a small fire near the destination. Being experienced in small vehicle fires, we skillfully deployed our emergency fire extinguishers in the form of 2 cans of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that bearing's like smoking as well.
To many, this would have been a trip-ending disaster. But thankfully, Sam was able to apply some skillful maintenance, and the trailer was good as new again. Almost.
It's gonna be like
The brakes were replaced, the bearings re-greased, and we chalked it up to experience to always carry a proper fire extinguisher on adventures like this. With the trailer repaired, we carried on loading the Esarco and pretended like it never happened.
lock it around. Keep coming. Yep. Out there. I'll do. Still going. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but them beams are higher than that beam.
Well, what you'll have to do is back off the wall over there.
Oh, just come up. Back up now.
Yeah, it's going to hit that corner.
Yeah, well, you go back. Trailer forward.
Let the wind out the tires.
Yeah, ain't a lot in them.
You're going to have to back up and go over there.
Well, will it not drive forward? Will it still?
There's a lot to pull forward.
It won't go, how high is it?
Yeah, it looks good.
Quickly, come on, Helen. That's going to make it. Right over there.
There she is, in the daylight.
Been the first time I've really moved out of that 25 years.
Really, yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
So with the Esarco now on the move for the first time in 25 years, we pointed the truck north and headed for home. "25 years of barn-find dust, caked on mud and grime had to come off before we did anything else, so Nick grabbed the Karcher and gave the Esarco its first wash in a very long time. At this point, Nick and I ripped off the ball hitch from the rear cross member as we wanted to fit a NATO hitch to enable us to push the Sarco round the farm. Sure beats pushing it by hand. We're not sure at this point whether the hitch was original or not, but it seemed to come off alright with some impact guns and some careful hammering. Now the next thing we did is we bolted up the NATO hitch, pulled up the Scammell Explorer and got a push pole and connected the two together. Now the Esarco is a fairly substantial bit of kit, but with 12 tons of Scammell Explorer attached to it with a solid metal pole, it pretty much goes where you want it to. Now, once we got the Esarco off the trailer, the main issue we had with it was that the two centre differentials, so the ones on the middle axles, were both seized. These are both Salisbury axles, and we think that because of the high angle of the diffs, because they're pointing up in the air basically, the water had basically been able to get down into the seals and sort of seize up the pinion bearings. So the way we'd been moving it around so far had been we basically undid all the bolts on the drive flanges to allow the wheels to just rotate freely. So what we did is rebolt the drive flanges back up again, and then we tried using the scammel to push it backwards and forwards on the push pole to see if we could free off those diffs. It's not the best way of doing it because you could break something, but we thought it might be an easy way to get it rolling and get it moving under its own power. Unfortunately it didn't work though, the diffs were really quite stubborn. So we set about trying to start it, and this was actually quite a bit easier than we thought it would be.
Oh, come on.
Jump pack back on.
There's a jump pack on.
Yeah, it is on.
Come on, girl.
Hang on. It's me.
Poor old indirect injections.
Yeah. Should have gone the Cummins way. Really salty.
So although the truck started and ran amazingly well actually, considering it's been sat for 25 years, just with a fresh battery really, we weren't actually getting any output at the drive flanges on the axles. And as you can see, Sam was able to just put the truck in and out of gear with the engine running without touching the clutch. So we quickly realised that this was a case of the clutch being stuck down, so the clutch was actually stuck disengaged for some reason. And the first place we looked to try and solve it was the clutch slave cylinder.
Bolt in, yeah?
You can do.
So when we pulled the clutch slave out, we found that it actually wedged stuck open, so the slave had actually extended too far, become stuck, and wedged the clutch open basically.
That started.
In line or not?
Yeah, I think that started.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you can't not fucking bolt.
So we took it out, took it apart, give it a clean up, put it back together again, and then popped it back into the bell housing.
The ratchet's so quiet on this spanner I can barely hear it.
It is insanely quiet.
It's like you can't even tell it's ratcheting. Won't do that up too tight yet. He's coming.
Sorry?
He's coming. He's got a big jug or something.
It's a bit.
Is it not quite lined up?
Yeah, it's alright. I'm hoping this works.
So am I.
I don't know how it'll go on freeing the what's it off.
I mean, it struggled with just being pushed, but
But we know the brakes aren't stuck, are they? So
no. The wheel bearings all seem to be free.
and I have sprayed them bearings, whether it's gone in and made any odds. I don't
Did you use the super penetrant though?
know.
Oh, there we go.
We could have done another go.
You got it. Nice. It's in.
You in?
Yep.
Right. I suppose we best check levels first, have we?
I don't think there's anything in this. Okay, slowly coming down.
There's no air.
Down.
Okay, up. feel positive.
Well, it's sucking a lot of fluid down. Or do you want me to try the clutch, yeah?
Yeah, just trying to.
Ooh, yeah, it's doing something at the bottom.
Oh, good.
But it's still got quite a bit of air in it, I think.
Have it?
Yeah.
Right. Are you right up?
Yeah.
You want to top it up like that?
It's still got about 3/4 of a tank.
Slow it down. Well, there's no air coming out. Oh.
Right now, I'll top it up.
Gear.
That'll be a start, yeah. Whoa! Oh, the front shaft's turning. Yeah, front shaft's turning. It's not got any bolts in it. Yeah. Yeah, both flanges on this side are going. Yeah. That's spinning, that's spinning.
That's definitely.
Is it?
So we threw the bolts back into the drive flanges, and we wanted to basically see if it would free itself off by applying a bit of torque to the diffs, which it did.
Moving. It's moving. I think it's still a bit, something's not quite free, like properly free, but yeah, it'll free up, won't it? That was amazing.
Wow. Yeah, easy for that.
Sounds awesome, doesn't it? Got a headlight on then. What's the drive like?
What a beast. Getting that.
There goes Stegs go.
Fucking doing with this other one. It sounds warm, but I think it's the exhaust.
Is the temperature gauge up?
No, not yet. It's going.
Yeah, it's coming up slowly.
It's in. It's in high now.
Is it? Listen to that.
I haven't touched the brake pedal.
It sounds sweet, doesn't it?
It does. Steering's a bit stiff.
Yeah.
I got into fourth in low.
Nice. Was that third? Sounds like fifth.
Third dive. Everything's a bit tight still, eh?
Yeah.
Does sound good, doesn't
It
it?
sounds awesome.
I like how it's not marked any of the ground.
Yeah.
Free off the diffs anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully this morning they're getting splashed around.
So there you have it, the first time she's moved under her own power in 25 years. One thing we noticed while driving it was the steering didn't seem to turn the front wheels very much, so it wouldn't make the tight turns that the Sarco was famous for. Once we'd stopped playing and had a look at the steering system, the reason why was pretty obvious.
I can hear like rusty crunching going on down there.
I'm watching the rusty crunching. Alright, let's stop that now.
All those years of running up and down Cromer Beach had taken a serious toll on the Esarco. The chassis had decayed so much that the steering relay was now floating in fresh air, and the closer we looked, the worse it got. However, we knew what we signed up for by taking this project on, so in the next episode, we'll start the huge task of stripping the Sarco down to its bare chassis and begin the process of making it solid again. So make sure you subscribe and join us next time on Stranger Landies.
Oh! How am I supposed to video you if you're there?
I think that welding rod's finished off on that.